Faded Glory. Mothman. Chapter 1. Shadows in the Night. The Appalachian forest was shrouded in mist, the moonlight piercing through gaps in the skeletal branches of ancient oaks. Deep within the woods, near the abandoned town of Point Pleasant, whispers of an eerie legend circulated among the few remaining locals. Mothman, a creature of mystery and terror. Commander Carlos, now a hunted rebel leader, had come to Point Pleasant on a rumor, a whisper that this enigmatic figure might hold the key to unraveling the globalist stranglehold tightening around the remnants of free America. Raven, codename Rachel, was by his side, her sharp senses heightened as they ventured into the cold, damp wilderness. The encounter. The pair trudged through the undergrowth, their boots sinking into the sodden earth. Raven's enhanced hearing caught the faint rustle of wings overhead. "Did you hear that?" she asked, her voice a whisper. Carlos froze, his hand instinctively resting on the hilt of his combat knife. "I heard it," he replied. His tone carried both caution and curiosity. "Stay close." Suddenly, a guttural sound, half screech, half growl, echoed through the woods, sending chills down their spines. From the shadows emerged a figure unlike any they had ever encountered. Its glowing red eyes pierced the darkness, and massive membranous wings unfolded with a rustling noise that set their nerves on edge. The creature was humanoid, yet alien. Its towering frame was covered in dark, leathery skin, and its face was an unsettling mixture of human and insect features. It tilted its head, observing them with an intelligence that was both fascinating and terrifying. The first contact, Raven raised her weapon, her hands steady despite the adrenaline surging through her veins. "Don't move or I'll shoot!" The creature spoke, its voice a low, resonant vibration that seemed to come from the depths of the forest itself. "If you shoot, you'll never know the truth." Carlos stepped forward, signaling Raven to lower her weapon. "What truth? What are you?" The Mothman's eyes seemed to dim slightly, as if expressing sorrow. "I am the Watcher, the Herald of Destruction. The architect's plans are written in the fabric of time itself, but I see the threads unraveling." Raven frowned. "The architect? You know about him?" The creature's wings folded neatly behind it, and it stepped closer. "More than you could ever imagine. He is not just reshaping your world, he is erasing it." Carlos's jaw tightened. "Then help us stop him." The Mothman's gaze turned to Carlos, scrutinizing him. "Your cause is noble, but your methods are flawed. Violence only feeds the chaos. I have seen countless civilizations fall, and always it begins with the same fire in their hearts." Revelations. The Mothman led them to a hidden cave, its walls lined with glowing crystals that pulsed faintly like living veins. Ancient symbols were etched into the stone, telling the story of a civilization long forgotten. "These," the creature explained, pointing to the carvings, "are the remnants of a people who, like you, sought to defy a globalist power. They were wiped out not by their enemies, but by their refusal to unite." Raven studied the symbols, her enhanced mind deciphering patterns. "What does this have to do with us?" The Mothman turned to her. "Your enemy thrives on division. The architect manipulates your kind to fight amongst yourselves. If you continue this path, you will only hasten your destruction." Carlos clenched his fists. "So what do we do? Surrender?" "No," the creature said, its voice firm. "You must find allies in the unlikeliest of places. Build bridges, even with those you despise. It is your only chance." A plan emerges. Carlos shook his head, frustrated. "You talk in riddles. Give us something concrete." The Mothman stared at him for a moment before speaking. "In Point Pleasant, there is a man, a scientist named Dr. Emery Haldane. He has knowledge that can counteract the architect's technology, but he is under the protection of those who serve the new regime." Raven's eyes narrowed. "Why would he help us?" The creature's wings rustled. "He seeks redemption. You must offer it to him." Carlos exchanged a glance with Raven. "And if we fail?" The Mothman's red eyes dimmed. "Then I will be here to witness another end." As the first light of dawn broke through the trees, the Mothman spread its wings. "I will watch over you, but be warned, my presence is a harbinger. If I appear again, it will be because your time is running out." Before they could respond, the creature took flight, disappearing into the mist. Raven exhaled sharply, her nerves still on edge. "Well, that's one for the books." Carlos nodded, his expression grim. "We find this Dr. Haldane, and we pray he's on our side." As they made their way back to their vehicle, the faint rustle of wings reminded them that the Mothman was watching, an enigmatic ally in a world teetering on the brink of collapse. Chapter 2. Teaser. A Scientist's Burden. Dr. Emery Haldane stood in his lab, the glow of his computer screens casting eerie shadows. On one monitor, he watched live footage of a protest being crushed under the architect's iron fist. When the door burst open, revealing Carlos and Raven, he knew his life was about to change forever. "You've got the wrong guy," Haldane stammered. Carlos stepped forward, his voice low and determined. "No, Doc. You're exactly who we need." From the forest to the heart of resistance, the Mothman's prophecy had set them on a collision course with destiny. The only question was whether they would survive it.